So anyway, like I say, what most people don't know is when the RAF is going to build the canal up that thing where they use the bouncing Betty to hit that dam or whatever. There's like the King of Men, and he has like one of the JFK clones, and he has the JFK clone like shoot down the aircraft or something like that, or and they get their aircraft engines or something. But basically, and then later on he's running around, and it's that warehouse or that building complex that got blown up. We blew it up, and then because they were making forcing the people to work in the factories, and then and then he goes and he kills everyone. And then he claims that it was the Germans or whatever. But it wasn't the Germans. It was actually the King of Men and self-proclaimed God, the black guy. Anyway, he's going up to the people and he's like, call to your leader, call to your Lord, and maybe he will save you. And then he goes, but I am right here, and I can save you. Bow down and suck. Basically, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I forget the exact details of it. It was just so bad. I was like, oh, wow. I mean, the other people reported on what he was doing and took pictures of it all and everything because like he was going like call to to your leader, and like he had a knife to people's throats, and he's like if you swear your allegiance to me, I will save you. And like it's like, oh, you mean you won't stab me or cut my throat? Oh yeah, yeah, real great guy. Anyway, he's doing that in that little thing along that channel, and he shoots down one of my RAF bombers, like, and crashes, and he takes them hostage or something like that, and then eventually we find out about it, and we bombed the factory because he's just he's not paying the people, he's not even feeding the people, he's just like raping the women and forcing the guys to work in the factory. And we bombed the factory to basically be like, well, maybe he'll let the people go now. And then he kills a bunch of workers, like 3,000 workers. Like, if there's no factory, then we don't need that. I don't need walkers. And he shoots them. And he's like this. He's like that self-proclaimed like the faces of Black Africa, or Zimbabwe, or one of them. Anyway, they're all just basically, they're just liars. They claim, oh, we were oppressed by the British. We were oppressed by Germans. I was like, no one's oppressed you. No one oppressed you. You're psychotic killers and rapists. You have been for about 300 for about 50 years or so, or 90 years. And basically, yeah, you killed the Germans, you killed the British, you killed all the teachers, and then you couldn't even read, and then you started starving, and then some guy who didn't want you to read or whatever, who was mildly educated, started sending his whole Africa tribe. He was like, "I am the king of the tribe," towards hardened defenses, and they got shot, of course. And they tried to say, "Look at what the British are doing. They're shooting us." Like, you ran at their defenses, and we're gonna kill them and take their guns. And they just defended themselves. That's not really oppression. It's not really oppression, but he takes all these pictures like, oh, they're oppressing us. Look, they're shooting us down. It's like, that was after you attacked one of their people and like tried to take the gun and turn the gun on the other people, and then they shot him, and then they shot the rest of them. It's kind of like that. And then he has his people like, oh, it's oppression. Oh, it's the British. It's like, and then he starts shooting his own people because it's like, if you do not to go to war for me, and he starts saying this, oh, self-proclaimed black god. And he's like, I am the black god. Anyway, oh, yeah, it's that bad. That's exactly what he does. Anyway, he does this about 50 years ago, 1940, 1925, 1930, whatever. And he tries to get the engines, tries to sell the engines. He's basically just going around raping people, and he stabs white boys and then rapes the daughters and the mothers. And he was in Germany. Like I said, eventually he starts having his people, his guerrilla warriors, run at the cities, trying to intimidate them. It doesn't intimidate them. We don't go and attack him, really. I think we do a little bit. It wasn't until he was just running at us I mean, and there was a British colony and a French colony, and they tried to make a run at them. And they're just normal cities, with laws and stuff, and normal people just living and children and stuff. And like he's doing his whole like black god, whatever, and he starts killing. And I invested a lot of money into Africa, and I have a mine there and a whole bunch of stuff there, and like he kills my people or takes them hostage and forces them to work in his mine or whatever like that. And eventually, I think we get them back or we rescue them or something, and that's where Rodney is attacking North Africa or something like that. And of course, he's telling his people they're oppressing us, America oppression, and they're attacking us. And it's like, you took the British, you killed the British minister, which was actually being paid by me to be there, and then you raped his wife and his daughter, and then you're pretending to be like freedom fighters, and you're not. And yeah. Anyway, yeah. So they destroy like two or three of my cities, which I spent a lot of money for, and eventually they try and work from the inside out, and they blame the Chinese, the Japanese, and then they try and bomb everything because I'm a legitimate business person, and and I'm a real inventor and a real creator of 800 galaxies. Anyway, so it's all about feeding. He doesn't care about feeding these people. He doesn't care about anything. He just cares about sex and gold and whatever and looking good or whatever. Anyway, I don't really know. I mean, we killed the Filipino guy and a whole bunch of other people that were basically, they didn't care about anything either. They just cared about how many cars can I get and how much sex can I have. And he was a wife abuser and everything else like that. And basically just another bad leader. Anyway, all the bad leaders of Earth, basically, there were quite a few. And they didn't really care. They just wanted to, drive around a car and shoot people and rape women. And some of those women didn't like having sex with them. So anyway, I don't really know. I don't know that much about it. I just know somehow, how they were in Israel and how they were here and how they were there and making a mess everywhere they went. Like, I'm trying to make a dam, and then the guy's like claiming like, oh, I got the money for it. Oh, it's like Lucifer's star. I had the money for it. I had the metal. They didn't have the metal in the country or whatever, and I had the metal mine and the metal to make the dam, and actually loaned it to them, expecting to get metal out, but didn't get that much metal out, and ate the difference because I could. And that's why it's my mine, because basically I funded all the metal, I had all the experts there, and had all the cash. They just wanted the cash, and they came into America and raped a bunch of women or whatever. Anyway, it was bad. And I was the one who was like, Filipinos, come on, let's go do something worth doing. We can build this. I have faith in you. I know you can. And then they did a lot of work and everything else like that, and it was German and England and we built this beautiful hydro dam there, and then like what little metal there was left over, we built cars from or something for the country or something like that. And then once again, this guy's like, oh, it's my metal, blah blah blah. It's like, no, it was my metal, and I directed the cars to be built. So anyway, yeah, and he's just a guy going around to factories just killing, and then he hires like people who don't even know how to run the factory. In the factory, just like, here, go run a factory. Poof, stab, stab, stab. And they're like, and he doesn't even pay them. He just like, work for the company. Anyway, I don't really know. I just know like the basics of what I found out about and what I saw. And that's why we killed NASA, because he was a psychopath and he was doing these fake like, oh, let's go. He was just trying to raise an army to go take over a factory. Just a bunch of people just like, let's grab a gun, let's go, 300 guys, let's go. It's like, wow, so not leaders. Anyway, the Earth had bad leadership for a while. And after I killed and tortured those bad leaders, things settled down, mostly. So, anyway, Earth is my planet, and it's my home. It's one of my home planets as well. Like that moon, this whole solar system. This was like my little place, and like the other races, they knew this as well. That this was Lucifer's stars. This was my little place, my little planet. That's my little sun. Out of all 800 galaxies, I wanted to be here. This is my little place. So anyway.